Welcome back. My name is Emma. I am a mom of two, a wife. We have a dog, and we are in a lot of debt. So if you're in a lot of debt too, welcome. If you're not in a lot of debt and you're just here checking it out, don't get into a lot of debt. Don't do that. Just stay out of debt. You'll be a lot happier. But if you are in debt, welcome to the crazy adventure. I hope you were able to watch the first two videos. If not, the first video we talked about writing out everything that we owe, writing out the total amount, writing out the monthly minimum payments we have on each amount, and then totaling it up for every absolute total we have to pay for the total amount and then the total minimum payments we have to come up with every month. We then talked about the different ways to repay. I decided to do the debt snowball for myself, which is listing the debts from smallest to largest, and then tackling the debts, smallest debts first. Give yourself the momentum, those quick wins, to kind of keep yourself going. And we talked about how I may switch to the debt avalanche when I get kind of into these bigger numbers, if everything seems to be a little more even. But for right now, we're going to do that debt snowball. And then today, we're going to tackle the budget. And I don't know why my camera keeps going out of focus, so I'm sorry about that. But we're going to talk about the budget today, figure out how much we have coming in, what all of our bills are, how much we have going out. Do we have enough? The good thing for us this week or this month, so it is November, and we have 5 paychecks, 5 Fridays. So we have a little bit extra money this month to try to figure out. So I'd like to try to put some in savings, maybe pay off a couple of these little credit cards here for some quick wins. So the first thing I want to look at is income. So I'm going to take my piece of paper, write budget at top, and write income. And we're going to write out every source of income that we might have coming in. So I have my husband's job. I'm going to write H for husband. And he makes weekly, so he gets some overtime. So his weekly paycheck is about $12.45. $12.45 a week. So $12.45 times 5. He's going to bring home $6,225 for straight pay this month. For myself, write E for Emma. I will probably make about $1,200 for the month teaching classes. I might go over, I might go under, but I believe that number can absolutely be hit. And I will probably go over that number. So that's what I'm going to budget as, so I don't end up falling below what I think we're going to make. We don't ever want to I'd rather underestimate our income and then have more and be able to finagle it than overestimate our income and then not have enough money to make our plan work. Now, my husband's income is split, so he has $10.95 a month going to a main account and then $150 going to our joint account where this also goes in. So this gets a little tricky. So this we try to pay for bills, and this is kind of food and gas. Along with my money becomes food and gas and some bills. So we have it in 2 different places, but this is what we're going to take home. So $6,225 plus $1,200 be $7,425 total. So that's what we expect for this month. Remember, this is 5 paychecks, not 4. So this is extra than what we normally have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list the things that I really need to pay first in order to function. So we have our mortgage, right? So that's really important. So our mortgage is $1,535 a month, and that is due on 12/1. I also have my second mortgage. So this second mortgage is tied to our house. So that really has to be paid off too. So I'm going to write mortgage 2, and that is $606.44, and that is on 12/1 as well. So then we're going to talk about utilities. So utilities are your lights, your water, your heat. We have prepaid for our heat. We heat with oil, so that has been prepaid for the year. But we still have water, which is about $43 a month. I'm going to budget. We have electricity, which I'm going to budget around $200. I don't know. This month can be kind of weird. We're using more heat. We're using more lights. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I do have a small house, but I live in a very expensive part of this country for electricity, so that can get pretty high. I have our internet, which we have $95 in internet. We do not have cable. We do a lot of free subscription services or subscription services that we pay for the whole year. So those will start to come due in January and December. But right now we just have the internet cost. We also have Spotify. My husband is in a truck all day without a radio, so he does listen to Spotify on his phone to kind of stay kind of sane as he's driving. And that is $16.99. So that's it for utilities. We do have a phone. So our mobile phone plan is $185 for 3 phones. I do have a phone that I use for work. We also have the pet insurance, $75 a month. I know pet insurance people may think is not really needed. I do have an older pet. We've used the pet insurance several times, so for us it has been worth it. We had a couple big surgeries come out of it, so we do pay the pet insurance. These are both, and then we also have tolls. My husband has to drive through tolls, and so about $100 a month gets paid on the tolls. These 3 charges get put on one of the credit cards. They actually get put on credit card, right here, credit card number 3. So that gets charged there. So we need to make sure that this gets paid onto that credit card every month as well. So these are direct pay bills. These are bills that we have to put money on the credit card because they're charged to the credit card. So that's our utilities. And then I'm going to talk about debt. So we have the credit card debt. And that I'm going to come back over here. So we have everything listed. So consumer debt. We have, actually no, I'm going to come here. So we have consumer debt number 1, that's $120. We have I'm going to skip the overdraft. We have our credit card number 2, and that has a $41 minimum payment. We have credit card number 3, and that has a $67 monthly payment. That's the one that has this as well. So we have to add 185 plus 75 plus 100. So that's 360. And then I also have a charge going on there. We had to get a new oven. So that's going to be plus 162 plus 162. So it's going to change it to a total of 684 will be charged onto that card this month. So I really want to make our minimum payment at least 684 plus 67. So that's what I want our minimum payment on here to be. So that way we kind of don't lose traction from where we are. The 4th debt is $58 minimum payment, 4th credit card. The 5th credit card is a $78 minimum payment. The 6th credit card is an $85 minimum payment. 7th credit card is $387. 8th credit card is $385. The 9th credit card is $427.76. This one has changed. And then we have our loans. So we have the overdraft loan, which is a $50 payment. And we have our personal loan, which is a $609 payment and 30 cents. And that's what we have. So notice how we don't have food or gas on here. Food and gas. So let's total up these line items here. So I want to know exactly how much I'm paying for utilities and our mortgage. So these are the things that we want to make sure get paid. So this is $1,535 plus $606.44 plus 43. We're estimating here 43 plus 200 plus 95 plus 16.99. So that is $2,496.43. We're now going to add up this total using this amount added in. So 120 plus 41 plus 67 plus 684 plus 58 plus 78 plus 85 plus 387 plus 385 plus 427, 76. So that's $2,332.76. Then we have our loans, which are $659.30. So if we add all that up, plus, so I'll add this is already on the calculator, I'll add 2,496.43 plus 659.30. So that comes to $5,488.49. So that is just everything that we owe, minimum payments, and just to get by. So this month we do have that extra income. So we have the $74.25, but I haven't even looked at food and gas yet, right? So gas, my husband spends $120 a week on gas. There are 5 weeks. Whoops, that's not. So 120 times 5. So he spends $600 a month on gas. I spend about $200 a month on gas. So that's $800 total that we need just for gas money. Food, we are 4 people and a dog. I have dog food. I bought ahead on dog food, so I'm good for this month and next month on dog food, maybe even longer actually. But food for the house, I want to try to keep it as low as I can. We do have Thanksgiving coming up this month, so I'm going to budget $200 a week. So that's going to be $1,000 for food. I'm going to over budget food, and I'm going to try to go less than this when I actually go grocery shopping. So my goal is to not hit $1,000. And this is one little trick I can do to kind of put money aside for weeks that I have to buy more, or a month that a bill comes in that we didn't think of. So this is $1,800 for food and gas. Just a lot. All right, so we have $1,800 plus 54.88.49, and we come in at 72.88.49. And our total income is, oops, I'm going to write this over here, sorry. Our total income is $7,425, and our total debt is $7,288.49. So that leaves us with 7,425 minus 7,288.49. Leaves us with $136.51. That is not a lot of money. But it does get this completely paid off, so that will go down to 0. My husband should get some overtime this month, so this number should go up. I should get more classes than this, so this number should go up. Should, right? We don't know. But worst case, we can pay for everything, we can buy food, and we have a little bit left over. I know that the zero-based budget tells you, oh, I'll put this $136 all on this next credit card. I'm not going to do that. This is not a lot of a buffer. I first want to save some money in order to create a buffer, so in case something comes due, in case we owe something. I also would like to get some money in savings so that we can cover big expenses that come up. So I have a savings goal of $1,000. That's my first goal. Once I hit $1,000, I'm not stopping. I have a second savings goal of $5,000 and then $10,000. We own a house, we have 2 older cars. $1,000 just doesn't cut it for us. $10,000 does. Trying to save $10,000 with owing this much is not going to happen. So we're just going to start with $100,000 now. I have $600 in the bank, so I need $400 more to make this goal. So I'm going to put this $136 in savings, leaving me around 300, oh my goodness, 280, 270, 265. Dear Lord, left to do. So if we have any overtime, then we can add it to that, or we can add that next month to get to our $1,000 goal. So that's what I'm going to choose to do. So this one will definitely be paid off. We'll see how much overtime my husband gets. We'll see any extra money that we get coming in to see if we can pay off any other debts or put any money on any other debts and increase our savings goal right here. On months that I can't make ends meet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this here. And I'm going to look at when things are due. And I'm going to try to pay. So if something is due December, I'm going to try to push that off to December so I can look at that when December comes around and at least get everything current for November. I would then look at this if I still can't do it, and I'm going to make sure all of these get paid, right? You need a place to live. You need water to drink. You need electricity to see. I need internet to do my job from home. I teach online, so I need that. Spotify we could cut. That could go away. You don't have to pay that. Cell phone, cell phones are needed nowadays. We don't have landlines anymore. We need to be able to communicate. We have 3 phones. We've looked at plans. I do use my phone for work as well, so I need a high-speed internet with unlimited data. So this is the lowest phone plan we can find that will work in our area. There are other phone companies out there that have lower plans with unlimited data that work really well, that work in other areas. We do not have the towers where I live that can accommodate that. So we're stuck on this. Pet insurance and tolls we're kind of stuck with. I can't cancel that. Otherwise, I can't really get it back. So we would try to make sure we can pay this first, which we would be able to on just his regular income. And then we would pay what we can. We would pay loans next to the bank. And then we would pay what we could for credit cards after that. So you want to make sure you have your home, your food, your electricity, your water, internet if you need it for a job. But things like cable, Spotify, those things can definitely be cut. And if you'll notice, we don't have a lot of lean on our budget. We've cut a lot out. So right now we are kind of working with a more bare bones budget with not a lot of leeway, not a lot of room to breathe. So there's not a lot of things we can reduce, but I'm still going to try. So anyway, I hope you were able to sit down and do the budget with me. Remember, put your income up here. You want to put your expenses down here in your utilities. List out your credit cards. List out any loans you have to pay. Total all your money due, your outgoing money, and then subtract it with your incoming money. Okay, so everything you have coming in. And that's it. So this number here was this plus this to get that. So we have our bills plus food and gas minus our total coming in. We had $136, which we're going to put into savings. So I will see you next time. Next time we're going to see how well we did. Did any numbers come in? We're going to look at the budget for the week. What was I able to pay? What was I not able to pay? Could I pay off any of these credit cards? Where did it fall? I'd love to hear how you were able to budget. Were you able to come up with a zero-based budget? Do you have money due left over? Do you owe things left over? Do you have money for savings left over? Did you pay off a card this month? Did you surprise yourself and you were able to pay off a bill that you didn't realize that you could pay? Love to hear in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.